The United States and India are weeks, not years, away from finalizing a comprehensive bilateral trade agreement. U.S. Ambassador Sergio Gore and trade teams from both nations are in the final sprint in New Delhi, working aggressively to push the pact across the finish line. Negotiators have completed 99% of the deal. The remaining points don't involve major policy clashes. They consist of legal language and disputes over specific implementation dates. Trade agreements of this scale usually take years of agonizing diplomatic friction to negotiate. Moving from early discussions to the final print on this timeline is a significant departure from standard procedure. This accelerated pace points to a shared urgency. Both governments are treating this less like a standard economic update and more like an immediate geopolitical necessity. The rush isn't happening because of what's going on inside the negotiation rooms. It is a direct reaction to the fragile state of global supply chains outside of them. Both nations recognize a severe mutual vulnerability to coercive market practices. If a single hostile country controls a choke point, they can weaponize that monopoly to cut off vital resources at any moment. To counter that threat, this agreement covers tens of thousands of individual points. It spans everything from basic fuels and raw agriculture to advanced artificial intelligence and IT infrastructure. By building this comprehensive framework, the two nations are creating a buffer against external pressure, aimed specifically at immunizing their economies from targeted supply chain weaponization. Reaching this 99% milestone required intense bargaining. For years, Indian negotiators strictly held the line, blocking the United States from gaining access to key sectors until their own demands were met. India secured a lower tariff rate than regional neighbors. Beyond tariffs, the bedrock is the U.S.-India Critical Minerals Framework. This explicitly locks down raw materials at the supply chain's absolute foundation, securing the rare earth minerals required to build future energy grids and tech hardware. By securing this physical mineral foundation first, Washington and New Delhi ensure that no hostile market force can choke off their resources before the production of advanced technology even begins. Once you extract raw earth, you must successfully protect what it builds on the digital frontier. That introduces the core technological component of the deal, India's formal admission into Pax Silica. Pax Silica is a highly exclusive, US-backed global initiative. Initially, it was restricted to an original cohort of just 10 trusted partner nations, even as dozens more sought entry. Its sole objective is to guarantee uncompromised, highly trusted supply chains for artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and semiconductors. Bringing India into this exclusive elite 10-nation group signals that Washington now definitively views New Delhi as an indispensable partner in the effort to counter global tech monopolies. This strict government-level alignment has flashed a direct green light for American private capital. You can see the scale of the resulting commitments here. Amazon is planning a $35 billion investment by 2030, Microsoft has announced $17.5 billion, and Google is pouring $15 billion into a new AI hub. These historic financial commitments are happening right now, specifically because the new bilateral trade framework artificially lowers the risk of future supply chain disruptions. The true weight of a geopolitical trade agreement is measured by the immediate deployment of private hard infrastructure, long before the paperwork is even signed. These tech investments are the culmination of a broad, two-decade evolution in the economic relationship between the two countries. This chart highlights the steep trajectory of that relationship. In just 20 years, bilateral trade has exploded from roughly $20 billion to $220 billion. That brings us back to the present moment in Mumbai and New Delhi, where trade teams are actively grinding through the final 1% of the deal. Once officials like Indian Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal resolve these final technicalities, the landscape of international commerce will permanently shift. Resolving this final percentage point formalizes a partnership built to stabilize and secure the most sensitive sectors of the global supply chain for decades to come.